Hey guys, I wanted to do a little bit of an experiment today. This is something I poured a couple nights ago and I just don't like it. I think it's kind of ugly, so we're gonna re-pour this guy. And so I kind of feel like it's okay to do an experiment. I'm gonna do a swipe, and I've mixed up paint. So I have two whites. This big white is gonna just cover the canvas, and then this white is gonna be my swipe white. And I've made a red, which is the Art Advantage acrylic. This is the cadmium red. And I have a yellow here, and this is the basics yellow. And then I have done this turquoise here, which is the Grumbacher turquoise green. It's at the end, so I wanted to use this guy. And my white is Artist Loft's titanium white. So I'm using 4 different brands of paint. And I have mixed my colors and my white with Floetrol. And I've only made little bits of the color, and I did a 1-to-1 part paint to Floetrol in my base white, and I did not put water in these guys or any silicone. And then in my base white, I've made it a little bit thinner. So I did like 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint, and then I added a splash of water. And then I've never done this before, so it's a big experiment for me, but I'm only gonna add silicone to the white swipe. And I've got my torch here, and sorry for the vibration. I didn't have, this is the silicone that I use. It's the Coconut Miracle oil. And so I am gonna go ahead and give this guy, I think I'm gonna do 3 drops. 1, 2, 3, maybe 1 more. I feel like a little bit more is probably better in this case. And this is the yellow. And so I am going to stir this in. Normally I only just barely fold it in, but I feel like since this is the swiper, I'm gonna mix it in a little bit more than I normally would, just to make sure that all of it has a piece of the silicone in it. I don't know why I think that, it's just my gut is telling me to do that. And so let's go ahead and get started. I am gonna swipe with wax paper. I've never done wax paper before, so this will be an experiment as well. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, no harm, right? No harm, no foul. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the cups. And I feel like I can just pour this on, and then we'll move it around. I'm hoping it covers. I've never like re-poured a canvas. This is the first time for that as well. So I'm hoping that this will just get covered and not bleed through. I assume if I put enough paint that will happen. I'm just gonna get a tool. One of my putty knives that has paint stuck to it. Okay, I'm just gonna get this. Oh good, it is gonna cover. That's awesome. Although those edges are looking a little bit like they might shine through. I'm gonna have to make the white really thick. I probably should have poured like a black, you know, a darker over this, but that's all right. It looks like it'll work. Just gonna have to get the edges as well. Okay, I have enough to where I can probably tip this and get the edges covered. I'm gonna have to wash my hands after this. Let's tip it that way. I'm actually gonna pour more paint on here so that there is enough to cover the edges. at the end, I will probably go back over all these edges when you're not on camera, but for now, just make it all right. I lost my little cuppies. Come back. There, that looks pretty good. I am gonna pour just a tiny bit more just to make the surface smooth. I saw something today where they're like giant push pins that you can push in the back of the canvas, which I think is pretty genius. So I'm gonna be finding those, and I'm gonna start using those because balancing on these cups has not been like super easy to do. Okay, I'm so sorry to leave you guys, but I have to wash my hands now. Okay, I'm so impressed with how well that white covered and that dark. So that is pretty cool. So now we've got a nice blank canvas again. So I'm gonna do drippings in the middle, and then I'm gonna do a swipe. So totally an experiment. I hope it works, but you never know, right? Like, never done this before. So I'm just gonna kind of just want to do drips, but it's kind of pouring out instead, which is okay. Okay, we'll start with just that. And then, so although these are two primary colors and one is not, and so I assume my red and this turquoisey will give me some kind of purple. Actually, no, it won't. What would it give me? I don't have primary, the red, yeah. So I don't know what this is going to turn out. If this was blue, more blue, I would get some purples, but since it's tealy, I don't know, we'll see. It's kind of cool to find out what it might do. And again, these colors don't have any silicone in them, but the white swipe does. I think that's okay. I don't really have a plan right now, so. I'm gonna go over, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more red. I kind of wanted it to be mostly red, but we'll see how this is gonna turn out. Okay, that looks pretty messy, but that's all right. Okay, I wonder, so I made my base like extra liquidy and the colors thicker, thinking that they would kind of hold up a little bit better when I do the swipe. But I don't know how it's gonna turn out. We'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour so this white is the white with silicone in it, and I'm gonna pour it here, a little bit on top of this. We'll see what happens. So, take my wax paper. I wonder which way I should use it. I'm gonna use it this way and just see. Normally I use a wet paper towel, but I feel like, okay, that's working, that's cool. Ooh, little baby cells, okay. Oh, it's like a little rainbow. It's actually kind of cool. Normally I would use a wet paper towel, but I feel like it picks up so much of the white paint that it's not doing what I want it to do. Wow, that's pretty awesome, actually. I kind of want to swipe this way as well. even though that's really, really cool over there, I want there to be a little bit more negative space. First, let me play with this over here a little bit. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of cool right now. I don't want to so I got some really cool pinks and purples and light greens, and this like almost looks like translucent, these greens and blues. I wonder what happens if I torch this side, if there will be more cells popping out under the white. Let's give it a try. It's funny, I can see kind of some outlines. I think this is so cool. I don't want to, I was planning on pouring white on this side and swiping this way as well, but I actually really like the way it looks right now. I'm gonna try and swipe to see if I can pull some of this paint off so that more of this rainbow will show through. Let's see what happens. So I am getting some cells over here. Let's see. Cool. Okay. I can see if I just give it some time that more are gonna pop out over here. I'm gonna try and stretch it a little bit. Of course, I'm gonna lose my little cups, but that's okay. Stretch it. Ooh, cool. I'm gonna stretch it this way. I wonder if I can make those cells a little bit bigger. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing too. So I'm just kind of working it around a bit. I want to pull it off this edge. Oh, that's so cool. This is definitely turning out better than I thought it would. I'm gonna bring it back this way. Okay. They look like little jewels. I am gonna, actually think I wanna use my straw to kind of pull out these, the edges. So I'm gonna go grab that and give it some time to see what develops over here. Oh, it's pretty cool. It's hard to know what to do next. I feel like blending these edges out will make it feel a little bit more organic. Right now it feels very kind of just a swipe across. And I know the sound of the straw is kind of not the best, but that's actually super awesome. Oh, and more cells are popping out. That's cool. That's turning out really awesome. I want to pass this over. Let's see if I can get more cells out of there. Cool. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing down to the bottom. There's a really cool cell, sorry. There's like one that has all the colors of the rainbow inside of it. Wow, I kind of don't want to mess with it anymore. Just want to give it some balance. Almost looks like flames coming out of it. Oh, it's super cool. Oh, and I love how it ran over this side. The rainbow goes all the way. I wonder if I can do that on the other side too, so it matches. I don't want to take away from my little rainbow though. Just a little bit. Is that gonna pull? No, I don't wanna. I'm gonna leave it. I don't think there's enough paint quite to run over. So I'll probably just clean that up with white so it's clean, but this side has a really cool rainbow running off of it. You can see the rainbow. I will bring the camera over so you guys can see what it looks like, but I think it's done. I don't want to mess with it too much. You know, it's looking pretty awesome right now. Way better than I thought it was going to be. So there's something to be said with using the silicone in the swipe color instead of the underneath colors, which is what I would normally do, and I haven't gotten really cool cells like this before, so. I just wanted to torch that just to see if I can get some more cells popping up here, and the swipe white was on this side and I could see there's a little bit more white on that side, so I was hoping some cells would pop up, but let me move the camera so you guys can see how this turned out. So there's the rainbow on the edge, and this is the side where I had the white to swipe. Oh, sorry for the glare. This is the rainbow that it made. It's pretty cool. There's like, it's almost translucent on some of those blues and greens. I'm not sure if it's coming through on the camera, but that is what it did. All right, thanks everybody. Bye.